up running away with it to get the win.
Yeah, we just got done speaking with Jake. We just got done speaking with Kate Taddy. What an interesting race. Now, different kind of cars. No shifting. No
Ready
right
for some
turns.
3 wide, maybe 4 wide action coming up here at Daytona coming up shortly.
I was just going to say that one of my favorite signs, things that somebody says in super speedways is make that high line great again. You can hold a lot of speed up there. Let's how many people, teammate or not, it doesn't matter where they're at. You have to have a draft partner. We all know that. Let's go to see who's going to work with who here and push each other to the front. Anybody at Daytona can win. It's one of those surprise races.
But also, that high line ain't going to help you unless you don't got help. If that bottom line got more cars than that outside line, that outside lane ain't going anywhere.
Yep. You're right. So let's see how it all pans out. We just saw a good race in there at Watkins Glen in a 25% race. Now you got 50%. 50%.
You got 100 laps here at. I don't know if they're running night or day, so I can't quite say 100 laps yet. If 100 laps of daytime, I think it will be 60 of nighttime or 80 of nighttime.
Yeah, we'll have to look at it there. I haven't done a lot of 50% races at super speedways.
We can go find out real quick.
Yeah, I think the most I've ever done in a super speedway is 25%. Especially if you fall back, you don't want to lose that draft. But if you lose it, it just gets so monotonous back there riding by yourself. So I haven't done a lot here. These guys some are on a controller, some are on a wheel. If you got that
Daytona, day race will be a 100% laps. Night race will be 80% laps. So we don't know which one they're doing yet.
It's going to be interesting any way you think about it, though. Guitar 180 again. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of focusing to keep that.
It is, and also with a 2.5 mile track too.
Yep.
And it's not as wide as Talladega, so they got to give people room. Talladega, you can fit 6 wide sometimes, but not here at Daytona. You can barely fit 3 wide.
Yeah, exactly. That's another great point you just brought up. That between the two super speedways, the width of the track makes a difference here. Like you said, myself, Fat Patch, T Clay, and I forget who else, but I don't know how we did it. But we went 3 wide or 4. We went 4 wide. Excuse me, guys. My dog's getting a little anxious here. We went 4 wide at Talladega through 1 and 2 one time. I couldn't believe it. You're not going to see that tonight, though.
The most I've ever been at Daytona, at Talladega, is 5 wide. The most I've been at Daytona is 4 wide, but it did not work. Coming out of the turn, there was just chaos unfolded.
I was just going to say that's a little bit uncomfortable situation. That's 3 more cars in that equation that you don't want to see.
Yep, exactly. You can't force the issue. Find your teammate, work with them. Try to get some more people to work with you. Teammates going to be a big helper here at Daytona.
I'm excited. Thanks for Kate Taddy for having me back in the booth. This is the first opportunity that I've got to broadcast with Guitar. He's a fellow truck driver. Come watch us. We got Canadian Motorsports. I'm excited for that race. How do you think your odds are going to pan out?
What track we got next?
Canadian
Tire. Oof. I don't know. I haven't really driven the trucks on road course much. I need to go practice that.
Well, I'll be more than happy. Like I said, we do drive for different teams, but in Giggity Racing, we all like to help anybody else out there. If you'd like to help, if you need to, or not necessarily need it, but if you'd like to go run some laps, I'll be more than happy to help you out there. I'm excited. A lot of fast people in that truck series.
There is
little bit of some controversy at Iowa the other night, but
we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to bring that up.
I was just going to say everything panned out. We're moving on, but I'm excited.
We're moving on. We're going to pretend like that race never happened.
We just got to see the Cup guys go road course racing, and it'll be our turn. So I'm excited again for that.
Yep, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully, we can have a lot better racing on the road course than we did the short track.
It's so hard, and it's so tempting. And again, I've nicknamed it the Evil Knievel Corner because everybody hits the jump, joking around in a fun lobby, It's going to be so hard not to hit that thing at least once, being that we're going so competitive there, guys.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
Going to be competitive at Daytona. Also, some people are not all people on a wheel. Some are using controllers. And if a guy slips off that bottom lane, you might as well burp the throttle, let him back in, because he's coming back down. His car might have gotten aero tight and slipped up a little bit. No need to force the issue if it's early.
Talking about to some of these drivers pre-race again, they were excited from Watkins Glen. Not too shabby at Daytona. They said they're all a little nervous about Darlington. Some of these guys with their custom setups actually had to dial the car back because it sucked up so much in the draft. They said that it was a disadvantage to them by hitting somebody in front of them. Like you said, you're going to have to burp that throttle. So there was some strategy going into these custom setups tonight to make the car still draft, but not get pulled into like a vacuum, into the back end of somebody else.
Yeah, and you also don't want to bump someone too hard in the middle of the turns, because you bump them too hard in the middle of the turns, you could send them sideways and cause the big one here. That's another thing we got to watch out for. A lot of drivers trying to avoid the big one.
Certain nights we get to say slider. Tonight, at Daytona, we get to say big one, and guess what? I hope we don't get to say that. But unfortunately, when the laps click down, the points are super tight right now. Super, super tight. When I was talking with Noko, he was only 1 point in, he said. So it's really critical for these guys, especially with these hot seat drivers. Again, our hot seat drivers tonight, Matt, Fat, Jay Wood, D. Smith, they want to prove themselves. They want to go fast. But
they want to prove them that they belong in the Cup Series and not just the Xfinity or the truck.
But if they were to outbeat somebody that's in that points contingency at the same time, that could push those guys the points back.
But you also don't want to race the guys in the points too hard and mess their chances up by accidentally getting into them and taking them out.
Right. Yep, you got to have a little bit of respect for them. You got, say, hey, I see where you're at, but hey, look what I'm trying to do at the same time, so it'll be give and take.
Or another thing that gets you a lot of respect, the guy that's fighting up there in that points. Those two guys that are just sitting very outside of it, our hot seat drivers could just go up there and push them and help one of them get a win and probably knock someone else out that's in that top 12 in points.
That's another great strategy. I never thought about that. Yeah, exactly. You want to prove yourself as a driver for here to be in Cup as a hot seat. Help those guys a little bit too. Prove that you could run with everybody. Sometimes it's your teammates are 4, 5, 6 cars behind you. You don't always have your teammate per se to work with. So
you can always go to manufacturers. Let's see, we might have manufacturers work together. Toyota's working together. Chevys, Fords. Might have a little manufacturer battle.
I don't know if you guys saw the interview. I forget. I think it was Talladega, I believe. But they were talking that there was a rain delay, and all the Chevy drivers had a big meeting, and the media crew was going after him, asking him what was happening in that meeting, and everybody kept saying, go buy a new Corvette. We were talking about the new Corvette. I love the new Corvette. I thought that was so awesome.
Also, I remember the Toyota's driver having that meeting, too, because those Fords, with the Ford's flat front bumper, they can bump draft a whole lot easier than these Chevys and Toyotas, because the Chevys and Toyotas got more of a point. And it's hard for them to give that push without getting the guy swirly. Those Fords, they can just keep slamming bumpers and the guy will stay straight, as long as they're doing it thinner.
And I liked what Dale Jarrett and Kyle Petty had to say about being at Daytona, too. They don't like the manufacturing trying to gang up with each other. Because they said, I'm here to win the race. Yeah, I'm proud to represent my manufacturer, but I'm not falling back 8 positions to catch up to another – pick up another Chevy guy if I'm leading the race. So they said, I'm here to win. I'm a racer. I'm a driver. That's what I'm here to do. There's black and whites at the end of this race. I want to be able to carry them. I want to smoke the tires off.
And also, coming to that white flag lap, that aggressive blocking, as you see, Brad Keselowski is known for it. That can also play a big factor if you get turned or not, if you pull that late race block pretty late.
If I'm not mistaken, and if I am out there in YouTube world, all the videos, people on watching Giggity Racing, I think Brad Keselowski actually got his first win in Cup as a temporary driver for a smaller team. But
he car.
When
Keselowski, when he sent Carl Edwards
for a fly. Yeah, he sent Edwards flying. And I think
off
that
the
was
front
his
end of
first
Newman's
win.
car, too.
Yeah. But a lot of these guys are excited for this drafting race tonight, guys, here at Daytona. Again, this is a 50% race. Giggity. 50%, guys. I can't keep saying that enough. It's a long time to be sitting there, especially if you're on a wheel.
Laps. If they're running a day race, it's going to be 100 laps. If it's a night race, they got 80 laps.
Go drain your bladder, get yourself something to drink, and make sure
it's
next
ready.
to you. Yeah. Because if you're sitting in that seat or if you're sitting on the couch, and you got 80 to 100 laps at Daytona, you're not going to have a lot of opportunity to reach over and say, hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. But the cool thing about here is with the backstretch, depending upon, you can reach over and grab yourself a nice cold ice cold beverage to drink down the backstretch.
If you got time.
But yeah, I don't see these guys breaking up that much. I personally expect to see one big pack. Maybe it'll break down to 2, 3 packs. But like you said, yeah, depending upon how many packs you are, how close you are, if you're on the inside, outside, if you're on a wheel. T. Clay was telling me the other day, he was like, he just got himself a wheel. We were at Daytona doing a race, and he was like, man, I can literally grab my spit bottle for his dip, take a drink of water, and one-hand it down the backstretch. He said, I love it.
That's the good thing about a wheel, but people using hearing controllers, too, they can't really do that.
Yeah, and right now, like I said, I'm still on a controller, so I don't have that luxury, or I don't have that opportunity.
I'm on a controller also. I don't have that opportunity either. I'm looking at getting a wheel, but
yeah,
I don't know when that's going to happen.
I'm looking. It'll probably be within the next month. We had some unfortunate circumstances. Again, I know you guys are all tired of hearing about it. My wife...
All right, Puddin', we're going in. We were just told to accept.
So every 13 weeks we're in a new spot, and her last contract got expired or canceled a little early, so we got set behind a little bit. But I was hoping that Santa Claus was going to go get me a wheel for Christmas.
Sorry about this. I got dogs going crazy. I'm going to mute my mic for a little bit till they calm down. Puddin's going to have to cover y'all for a couple of seconds.
No problem. More than happy to do so. I've got dogs myself, and I apologize, too. During pre-race right there, my dog was trying to get me to throw him the ball. There he goes again right there. So now your dogs and my dogs. Holy cow.
My dogs have calmed down, so we should be pretty good to go. We're still trying to load in the Daytona. Hopefully they haven't taken the green flag yet.
One of our friends... big dog lover, sent us a gracious pack of Christmas cookies, and she sent our dogs a couple new toys for Christmas, a couple doggy toys.
Here we go, we're going green.
They are both ready.
Titans
both
is on the pole in the 19 car. D. Smith is the second.
D. Smith is one of the hot seat drivers tonight.
Looks like people are already trying to work their way to the inside. D. Smith has really got no help until that 37 gets to him.
Had the opportunity to broadcast the dirt
all
race
over the place.
with D.
Contact
Smith.
already.
Blue card one. Yep, hard to wall. Oh no, this is
not what you want early at Daytona. You do not want to lose that draft.
Sometimes too, I don't know if it happens to you guys. No matter how stable your car is, when you get in that draft, it becomes more unstable a little bit. So the first couple laps, everybody trying not to do the snail tail, do the happy dog, and wag the tail down the street, down the backstretch here, as we see MP Roofer up there. Gets a little loose, dives right back down in there, though. But yeah, you got to be careful. The first couple laps,
they're just going to run the snake right now, just snake train it for a couple of laps and see what they got.
Everybody maintaining it. Look at that already. We see Noco up there in fourth. We see the 47. We got the 19 of Titans, and we got the 21, the DSR guy. And
K-Taddy's making a move on Jake to the outside, but K-Taddy's got no help. He's going to get freight trained on that outside. He's going to be dropping all the way to the back.
I don't know how many times that's happened, whether I'll be in a lobby, I'll be in second or third at a super speedway, I'll pull out, and nobody goes with me. They say, bye, Puddin'.
Yep, same. K-Taddy's just dropping back. Now it looks like Noco is trying to make a move.
Yep, K-Taddy's just got to fall back in and get in the draft. Again, here's one of
the 24 of RJ Smitty just forced Jake all the way up the track. Jake's in the wall. Jake is dropping back hard, along with RJ Smitty.
And we know here it wasn't as crucial in the last race, like we said, a little bit down that backstretch, but aerodynamics was huge here. Absolutely huge. Any damage, even 1 second of damage it knocks tenths off your time. So these guys are going to try to keep their cars clean as they can.
K-Taddy is going for a slingshot move on the 31. I don't know if he's going to clear him.
He was talking about it earlier. He said, I'm going to go to the front tonight. I'm going to put my victory lane paint scheme on because I want to win Daytona. Oh, a little bit of contact.
K-Taddy is also running my favorite driver, too, which I like. My hometown driver, too. 11 Carv Hamlin.
These guys are already getting
See what Jake is doing.
getting
Jake has
here,
teamed up with the 20 car of Flow. They're trying to make their way and catch back up with the pack.
D. Smith in that 47 car sitting fourth. Again, guys, he's one of the hot seat drivers. He's trying to get himself recognized. K-Taddy still working that outside. What an appropriate paint scheme to be right there.
No one wants to go with him, though. He needs help if he wants that outside to work.
Trying to flip back here through A-Trout. A-Trout and Fat Patch, they're back here. Two car, and I don't know, because of that little first couple lap bump in the wall maybe slowed him down, but Fat Patch in that hot seat tonight too, following A-Trout. If I was Fat Patch, I would just definitely sit back and follow and learn. A-Trout is super, super fast, and this was an opportunity for, like you said, hey, I'm a hot seat driver. Let me help you get up there because I know you got points to be earned tonight.
Our NoCo, they're getting racy now. They're too wide now for second. Let's see, Titan's got some work on his hand. Which lane does he block? Right now, he's just sticking with the bottom.
I wouldn't block it personally. They only got 3 cars on the high side. You got more on the low side. You have more momentum with you. I wouldn't block. Don't lose your momentum. Don't lose that speed.
Yeah, but also side draft can also suck you back off the car. You're pushing pretty good too.
Oh, K-Taddy just gets a wee bit loose there. Like you said, side draft, that's another great aspect. Great point to be brought up, Guitar. These cars, like I said, you can be by yourself and not move an inch. You get in that draft, and you start to get a little bit wiggly, and then next thing you know, you're just sitting there driving, and you're like, whoa, why is my car all over the place? Somebody's on your side, taking that air.
That side draft sucks you off pretty good too, because I had a league race Tuesday here in the Xfinity, different league, and someone side drafted me, and it sucked me almost two. I had enough room to fit 2 cars in front of me. How much it sucked me off.
Sitting up here. Look at that. MP Roofer
K-Taddy is making his way up there. But he's doing it without help too.
MP Roofer was up front, and the way the draft works, K-Taddy said, I'm coming to the front, guys. Here I am.
K-Taddy's doing it without help, too. He must have a strong car.
He's got that Yoder power, he said, and I like it. Sphincter in that 48 car dives back down in, gets it a little loose. And as we all know,
Jake
guys,
are just breaking away a little bit from the pack. That's not going to be good. They can just freight train him on the outside.
We don't have to worry about it, but as we all know, this is one of the few tracks where that double yellow line rule comes in, guys. So you can't pass below that double yellow line, everybody. You know, they know that. They have it, but...
I know it's going to be a gentleman's rule, too, because I don't think they got black flags on.
It's so hard, though. Sometimes if you get a run, you got a guy on your outside, you get off of it.
But also, if you're forced below it, NASCAR's rule, if you're forced below it, you can advance your position, and the car that forced you below it will be penalized.
Exactly, yeah. Like you said, if you were forced down there, but a lot of people want to say that I was, and then somebody's like, I didn't force you. So, like you said, I liked how you put that, too. Guitar, great being in a booth with you. You bring up so many good points. I like that gentleman's rule. As we see the 31 back here, he's going to get a little high, dive right behind Sphincter. Sphincter's right behind that 11 car of K-Taddy. K-Taddy's right behind the Roofer car. Roofer's right back up there.
K-Taddy's is determined to do this on his own without help to get to that front.
Me personally, especially again, I don't like to keep reiterating myself, but as a professional motorcycle racer, I drove cars and stuff. Gear ratios are huge. I wonder how many of you guys went in there and adjusted these gear ratios, toned them down a little bit to get that momentum. I mean, if you run a 275 rear gear, for example, it'll take you forever to get to 200 mile an hour, but next thing you know, you'll be doing 210 mile an hour without it once you get there, though.
Yep, exactly. I think K-Taddy's just experimenting on that outside. Hopefully, someone would duck out and go with him. I don't think he wants to ride in the line. He wants to get to the front and show him he's got a strong car.
I haven't been able to see him trying to flip back here. I don't know if the other guys pitted or if they just fell back a little bit and lost the draft. But that front pack is now starting to dwindle down a little bit.
Jumped out. Can he get back in line? He does. He gets back in line safely.
Not very often you get to see RJ Smitty in the back. He's not happy about that. But again, got plenty of time here, guys. You got plenty of time.
You got plenty of time here. This is a 2.5 mile racetrack.
Main goal, don't go a lap down.
Yep.
And like you said, 2.5 miles. You can still pit. and not necessarily go a lap down, but you got to time it right so those leaders don't come by at 100 or 200 mile an hour where you're doing 180.
And also, you do not need to run this race right now. Most races won at Daytona is the last lap pass coming out of turn 4.
Where do you want to be? Me personally, K-Taddy gets just a little bit loose, gets in that draft, like we saw right there. He pulls it back in there. Me personally, some people like to push, some people like to pull coming out of turn 4, even with the draft in effect. I want to be in the lead. I want to control my destiny.
I'm a pusher. I'd rather be in third and go with the second place guy.
You know, like at the Springfield Mile, DeCoin Mile on a motorcycle, coming out of turn 4, you always want to be second. The cars and motorcycles are different. Me personally, like right now, if I was Noco, last lap, I would want to be up there. But again, we got so many laps to go here. Patience is this, just don't leave the draft.
Patience is key here. And also, even if you run in second, if you get a good run, back off, get a run on the outside coming out of turn 4, side draft them a little bit, you can pull them back and probably just edge them out to win the race in a photo finish.
Once again, Giggity Racing, 50% custom cup cars at Daytona. We got guitar.
We got Dean Cook tuning into the stream. And anyone in the stream, if you want to check out a certain driver, just let us know, and I'll flip to him for you for a couple
Thanks
laps.
for checking in. We appreciate it.
Thanks to everyone that's checked into the stream.
Normally, like I say, when my wife works and I broadcast, I always I'll bring the computer out and I try to ask them questions, keep them involved. But we really do appreciate everybody out there in Giggity Land YouTube world watching us right now.
We appreciate y'all tuning in. Without y'all, we wouldn't be doing this.
It's kind of weird to say it. We're in the holiday seasons, boys and girls, but we're at Daytona. We're in bright, sunny beach town at the big, fast track.
And some people right now in this world is freezing their...
Oh, unfortunately, yeah, that's one good thing about this whole traveling thing. I like being in South Carolina right now and not Ohio. Today it was only 60, but Ohio's under a winter weather advisory, so it's a little chilly
Bill
here
just said
compared to what it's been.
Speed of K-Taddy on his own. K-Taddy's got a strong car. He's been making moves that no one can without any help.
Is that Bill Gibson?
Yeah.
Bill Gibson is a great guy. I talk to him all the time. I race with him, and he's always paying attention to the Giggity Racing YouTube channel.
Right.
So thanks for jumping in, Bill. We appreciate it, man. What's up, buddy? MP Roofer goes to the high side right there.
Fats
Titans
is running by himself right now, Dean.
I think there might have been some pit stops made. The front pack hasn't done it. They're coming up on lap traffic. Now, to the lap guys, you want to get out of their way. You don't want to lose that lap, but unfortunately, you can't race them here. Without a draft, you can't race
Just let them go around you, and hopefully you catch the tail end of the draft.
Yeah, exactly. Fall into their draft and wait till the stages. Get your wave around, get your lucky dog, and then get right back in it. Nobody's out of this race yet, guys.
Nope. Let's check back with RJ Smitty's also running by himself in the 24 car. No one around him. I don't see anyone in front of him or anyone behind him.
We were talking about that in pre-race guitar. It's so lonely when you're here by yourself. Like
when you're here by yourself.
This is day racing. We're doing 100 laps, right?
Yep.
So we're doing 100 laps at Daytona, boys and girls, and if you lose the draft, you're just back there.
You got first stage is 50%, first stage 25, second stage 25, and the last stage I think is 50% if I did this correctly.
So there definitely will be pit stops involved here too. Where do you pit? What kind of pit strategy do you have? Me personally, if I'm in that lead pack especially, pit with the leader. That way you don't lose
pit with the leader. Definitely. Try to get in communication and do what, if you're in a big group like this, you're all communicating, do the exact same thing everyone does in pit road. They're all getting gas, just get gas.
Oh,
all taking 2 tires, get 2 tires. You want to do whatever they're doing so you can stay with them and not be racing without them. You want to stay with the pack.
Certain tracks, I'll let the leader pit if I know I can get around them 2 or 3 times while they're on pit lane to come back and get those laps. But the 47 gets loose, goes below the yellow, pulls it back up. Everybody gives him the courtesy. They get out of his way. Let him back in the draft. But, guys, that could have been bad.
That could have been really bad.
We haven't said it yet, but when we talk about pre-race guitar,
the big one,
magic?
When, where, you go. And when it's going to happen.
Hopefully we don't see it, but right there, those guys saw it. Like you said, I love that rule, gentleman's respect. They saw him get on the loops, they moved up, let him back in. No, you don't want to get your car hurt. Again, any type of damage here, guys, is critical damage to your car. It'll slow you down, man. You can't have it, guitar. You just can't have it.
Yeah, you really can't have it. Let's check out who's the leader.
Noko to the point.
Is leading this race right now.
Noko to the point. Then we got MP Rofer sitting there in that 21 Wood Brothers Mustang. The 47 car sitting right there saying, hey guys, I'm a hot seat driver. I'm up here too. Looks like he gets a little loose. There's that commentary curse.
Look like K-Taddy has lost the draft. Him and the 24 are working together trying to get back up there.
Maybe they got a little strategy right there, you know, to help RJ Smitty, that 24, not fall further behind.
Or no, I think it's the 48 actually. My bad. Yeah, it's the 48.
Oh, the 48 Sphincter. Yep, right.
Yep, Sphincter. 48 Sphincter. Jake is coming out of pit road right now.
It's awesome. Like I said, I can't thank Giggity Racing, K-Taddy, Noko, Anto, all the administrators, RJ Smitty. Thanks a lot, guys, for letting me be up here in the booth. I've done so many of these cup races now. Like I said, I know the numbers. I know the sponsors, who you guys all are. It makes it a lot easier. Where I don't have to look down.
Yeah, and I'm still got to learn. This is only my second time ever up here in the booth.
It's awesome to race with you. It's even awesome. It's awesome to race with you, and it's even cooler to have you up here in the booth. I think my one opportunity, again, I did one of the All-Star race qualifiers. K-Taddy gave me the opportunity. He volunteered me. He's like, are you going to race? And I said, well, I haven't made up my mind. And K-Taddy said, you're signed up. You're driving my car. And I was like, oh, okay. He volunteered me. But again, I've raced with a lot of these guys in private lobbies, so just for fun and stuff. Everybody in Giggity Racing, super, super fast. Super, super methodical.
They are fast.
That's what honestly made me so nervous about wanting to actually participate. Like I said, I have so much fun up here in the booth. I get so excited. I pace back and forth watching the TV. But I finally transitioned over, and man, let me tell you what. Can't say that I'm not.
Flo is on pit road right now. He just pit without anyone.
Let me rephrase that. My biggest regret was not going over to Giggity Racing earlier to race.
Yes, me too. Like, I found them late, and I just did one development race, and K-Taddy signed me to drive his truck just after one race in the development series.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone wants to join, all you got to do is run our development and get noticed, and they can sign you up to the trucks, Xfinity, or Cup. You just got to run it and run good, run clean.
We have so many great teams out there, all the team captains, like we say all the time. You think you're fast? Well, come prove it. Giggity Racing would love to have you in here.
Yeah, you may think you're fast. Just wait till you race against Jake. Then that's going to change your perspective on how fast you really are.
Race against Noko, race against Jake, against K-Taddy, race against a lot of these guys.
Race against Wicked Gatekeeper.
I mean, you and I both know there's a lot of hard-fought competition in the truck series. Bad Moon Rising, no?
Oh, yep. UK Wildcats in the truck.
And she's on, UK Wildcats. Badman's on Team Noko, who's super fast. When I got to talk with Noko the other day, I considered him like the Rick Hendrick of Giggity Racing. I was like, you just hand-plucked all the fast people, didn't you?
Also, I'm going to quote something that Archangel said. Oh, contact. Hold up. I'm not going to do that. Guy lagging a little bit. Like Archangel said, if these guys raced them like they had to go back and work on their cars the next day and get it fixed up for the next race, they wouldn't be driving like they are. They'd be driving more conservative and not trying to tear up their equipment.
Yeah,
they actually had to take these cars back to their own house and work on them and fix them up.
Yep, I've been there, done that. Cars, motorcycles, bicycles, lawnmowers, anything I've ever raced. You're a lot more methodical when you have to fix it yourself. But these guys also don't want to tarnish their name. You know, it's not necessarily taking it back. They don't want to tarnish their name. You know, a lot of these hot seat drivers tonight are trying to make their name, so they don't want to have any controversy of any type out there, guys.
Yeah, it looked like this lead pack is getting smaller and smaller as cars either fall off the draft or they're starting to pit.
Yeah, K-Taddy's back here, and it looks like Sphincter's with him.
Here comes the lead pack in pit road right now. The top four coming to pit road.
Do you take fuel only? Do you take tires? What do you do?
I don't know. You're going to have to communicate with that leader, and I would do whatever that leader is doing so y'all can stay with them. Because you do not want to be by yourself at Daytona. You want to have a dancing partner.
Not a super tire eater of a track, but tires still will play a factor. I think fuel is obviously the big thing. Staying in that draft.
I don't think tires are going to matter that much of a factor. It looked like they're all just doing gas and go.
Exactly.
Because when
it depends too,
comes in and get tires.
It depends too, Guitar. Remember, these guys are on customs. It's not a slider setup to that. These are on customs. So if you have your custom set up a little bit different, it might eat the tires more than what we're accustomed to on a slider scale.
And I'm pretty sure most of these people are running their tires 50% all the way around for Daytona.
Yeah, you hear so many people say, "Oh, I run my tires at 60." Well, why? When they build pressure, then they just turn into a giant balloon and you turn into grease. I always start my prior tire pressures anywhere between 50 to 52 and let them build up from there. And
same with me. I got my Daytona set up where all of my tires are sitting at 50.
Sitting back here watching D. Smith, one of the hot seat drivers tonight in 47, I have personally nicknamed it I called it the Montoya Mole, that giant black patch in the back stretch right there going into turn 3 where he hit the jet dry and they had to repave it. I call it the Montoya Mole. We see D. Smith going through turn 3 and 4.
I haven't even paid attention to that. I'm going to have to look at that next time they come by. I've never paid attention to it.
I think I had more fun when I took a picture of that when I went to Daytona. I went to the Daytona 500 one year, and then I also went and just did do a tour. And the first thing I did was I took a picture of the repave area right there. It's, you know what, probably 20 feet wide, but it's the width of the track. But like I said,
I just noticed it. They just crossed it right now, Roofer.
Yep. Like I said, I
paid attention to that.
Yep, I call it the Montoya Mole. I don't know if that's appropriate or not, but he definitely left his...
He left his mark at Daytona.
Yeah, he left his stamp in NASCAR.
Yep, he left his mark at Daytona, one way or another. We just look like we just got a 3-car breakaway for the lead with Titan, Roofer, and Noco. I think they're just going to ride it out to the end of this stage. Or unless
Roofer being one of those
team
guys.
up and just freight train Titan on the outside. They're laying back right now. Roofer laid back off of Titan.
You see who's out there in the YouTube world right now, Bill Gibson, D. Smith, and everybody. Let me ask you something. Let's ask them, too. Let's bring the fans into this. Do you guys notice a difference in how each manufacturer drafts? And I didn't think I did, but when K-Taddy let me drive one of his cars, it was a Toyota, I did notice a difference. I've always been a Chevrolet guy.
Yeah, I've always been a Chevrolet guy, too, but I've been switching to the Toyotas this game because I just like the look of the new Camrys.
Or Supra.
Yep.
I do like that. But do you guys out there in the giggity world, do you guys think there's a difference in how these cars?
Whoa, they're making a run on Titan. Him and Noco, Titan pulled a block. They're starting to get racy. It must be getting close to the end of the stage. They're getting racy for this stage win. Roofer really wants it.
This is a great track and great time, great opportunity too. You know, to save fuel. One of the few tracks that you can save good fuel at by staying in that draft. Roofer was talking about it the other night too. Even if you have paddle shifts, you got a clutch pedal, press the clutch in. He said he went from being 4 laps down to 2 laps plus. That's a 6-lap game by pressing in the clutch at certain tracks. If you need to save gas here, guys, just drop in that draft and maintain, you know.
Noco is laying back. I think Noco wants Roofer to lay back so they can get a run together and get around Titan in the 19. But it don't look like Roofer wants to lay off Titan's back bumper.
Obviously, Noco driving for Noco Racing. MB Roofer up there racing for DSR Dirty South Racing. I don't think they're in the exact same party chat.
Titan is racing for Underdogs. Also, so I just noticed that you got a Chevy, Toyota, and a Ford all up here in the top 3 going at it. 3 different racing teams too. 3 different manufacturers.
I was just going to say, if I was in the party chat, just like you said, if I was Noco, I'd be like, Roofer, back it off just a little bit. Let's get that run.
But I don't think they're in a party chat. They might be in a party chat just with their teammates.
Yeah, exactly.
So they really can't communicate with each other. So they're just hoping, they got to run on the outside of Titans.
If I was Noco, I'd stick my hand out the window and give him a point. There it goes. That just happened. You just brought it up.
Titan was trying to side draft a little bit, but he couldn't do it. Here he goes.
Ooh,
they're going back up.
Contact. Little bit
Titan
of contact.
Titan is getting that run back. I wonder if this is coming to the checkered flag.
MP Roofer to the front. Noco said, "Come on, let's do this."
MP Roofer.
MP Roofer went up to the front. Yeah, Noco said, "Come on, let's do this."
Stage. Then Titan second, Noco is third.
Noko was the one that said, "Hey, let's go do this." Like you said, he gave him numerous bumps and said, "Hey, let's go to the high side, let's do it." And MP said, "Thanks for the run." He left Noko.
Even if you're not in the same party with the guy you're pushing you, just keep peeking to the outside so he knows you want to go.
And I think that's what Noko was doing, and MP Roofers just said, "Okay, we'll go. Bye."
Yep. And also, Roofer just left him. He didn't stick to that outside, but I think he had no choice because Titan went up there to try to side draft him.
Great stage, guys. We are doing Giggity Racing. We're at 50%. MP, Rupert, Titans, Noko, all up there in the top 3 for your first stage.
Let's see. 4th is DJ Smith. 5th is Spunker. Jay Wood 6th. K Taddy 7th. Jake 8th. RJ Smitty 9th. And 10th is Trout for your first stage.
Kind of surprised to see Taddy fall off so much. I'm not wondering if there's some strategy or something.
I think something happened to him. He just lost the draft.
Because he was super strong, even by himself. But I say it all the time, rack them, stack them,
and let's redo it again.
Yep. Here we go, boys and girls. Let's see again. The first lap or two the first lap or two, though, in that draft guitar, it gets wiggly up there.
It does.
Plus, you're more concerned about trying not to hit somebody when you get that wiggle too.
See if they try to get single file like they did in the first stage early. And they all just worked on getting single file.
3 wide, 4 wide. They're making that. Look at that, guys. Yeah, you're going to talk about making that high line work. Those guys are trying. 12 car bumps the car. Oh no, this doesn't look good for Fat Patch. It looks like.
Contact.
Looks like he might. Oh, there's
the big one. There's one big one going on in the back. 4 cars involved, maybe 5.
I don't see him slowing down. There's no
caution.
caution.
Was involved.
Oh,
no caution. No. They have cautions on, right?
Yeah, they've got cautions on. It's a relaxed cautions. That I personally think that should have been one.
Yeah, I personally think that should have been one too.
I think that even between the strict and relaxed, they should put the cautions on a slider scale.
Yep. And
that way it's not as strict as bumping one car in the wall.
Yeah.
But when you get 5 cars like that,
there's one thing else they can do. They can do manual cautions if they have a small enough field like they are today. Just have everyone in one party and just call a manual caution. They can call a manual caution and just race back to the line, and wherever everyone crossed the line is, they can slow down and get double fouled back up and redo it again.
Yep. Those guys, that's unfortunate for them. They definitely deserve the caution.
K-Taddy, I think, is going for the lead right now. Yep, K-Taddy's on the outside, going for the lead, being pushed by RJ Smitty.
We got
K-Taddy to the front. K-Taddy's going to lead that lap. K-Taddy is clear to come down to really take the lead, but he's staying with RJ Smitty. RJ Smitty came down. He waited for RJ Smitty to clear the 31. K-Taddy to the front.
That 31's Jay Wood. He's one of the hot seat drivers
But
tonight.
now this is going to be interesting. We know how strong K-Taddy got, how strong that 11 car is. Can anyone got anything for that 11 car out front?
We saw what he could do,
by himself.
Solo style. Yeah. We saw what he could do solo style. Let's see how the car can handle like that in the draft, like you said.
I wonder if anyone got anything for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to lose him if I would be glued to his bumper.
Yeah, you want to stay glued to that 11 car because he's got a strong car.
I saw exactly. I saw how strong he was solo running the high side with no help. I wouldn't want to lose him. As Jay Wood, that 31 gets to the outside. But you got RJ Smitty. Oh no, that's Titans. Excuse me, on the outside.
Titans is Taddy's teammate. Would Taddy go up there and try to pick Titans up? And his other teammate is right back there too in the 20 of Flo. We got 3 underdogs right now running in the top 5.
Got a couple cars running solo
That's not
too.
Good.
They left that draft. They lost that draft due to that incident. I still can't believe that wasn't a caution. You have to compose yourself, knowing that you got another stage to go. Don't lose the car in front of you.
Don't lose. Like if I were them, all the ones that were involved in that caution, slow down, get everyone's bunch back up, get single file, and run down this front pack.
Yep. Just remember, guys, you got another stage. It's all right. I mean, I know you're upset and frustrated, but you got 100 laps.
That 31 got out of line now. It looked like the 19 might have moved the 31 out of line. Looked like if they let that 19 and 20 get around that 24, they're going to have problems. They're going to have 3 underdogs running 1, 2, 3.
And you know they're all in a team party right now. So
yeah,
that's
they
exactly
are.
what they want to do. So you want to be there to be able to communicate. Hey,
And
I'm going
also,
high. Hey, I'm going
since
low.
there's 3 underdogs and only 2 Chevys, if they want, I'm pretty sure K Taddy got a strong enough car. He could jump to that outside line and pick up those 2, and they can just leave those other 2.
We saw that happen earlier where K-Taddy went to the outside, didn't have any help. Like you said, with 3 underdog Toyotas up there with them, you go to the high side, you know they're going to go with him.
Yep. These underdogs are going to be looking tough to beat if they stay up here like this. There you go. Titan's looking to the outside. Will K-Taddy go up there with them? And he does. K-Taddy goes up there with them. But the other one, Flo, could not get up there to that outside. Flo could not get up there. The 31 got up there and cut it off.
Yeah.
But look, Flo is not pushing the 24. Flo is not trying to get to that 24 and push him. He wants those underdogs to get up there and take the lead. Because Flo does not want to get to the back of that 24.
If I was Flo, I'd almost go up there and join him. Make that line 4 cars wide or long, and that definitely puts the guy in front at a disadvantage, you know?
Yeah, but now look, but also he's still going to have 1 car separating him from his teammates now. Now they won. They can just separate and get Flo up in 3rd if they choose to, because they got the power now. Those 2 Chevys ain't going to have no match for 3 Toyota, because they need a 3rd car to actually have a good run to stay with them.
Again, in that 31 car, though, that's one of the hot seat drivers. That's Jay Wood. Good to see him up there, and he's still in 5th position. He's in jeopardy to lose that draft, but he's got to get sucked back up in there, get a sniff of that air, get pulled back in. But one of the hot seat drivers running up here in top 5.
Yeah, that's good to see. He's trying to make a name for himself. Oh, what happened to Titan? He jumped out of line.
Yep, I don't know if he got a little loose or if he's wanting somebody to go with him, but that's
or he got too much tape on the front of the car, and he's running tight, and he's running hot behind K-Taddy.
Yeah,
pushing. He might just have too much tape on the car.
Tape is a good thing, but it's also your deficit. We sold that to Denny Hamlin in real life. I don't know why in the hell they would have put half a roll of duct tape on the front of that car
yeah,
during the championship race.
Basically, just throw a cardboard box on the front of that car. Basically, what they did.
Yeah, that wasn't your average everyday hot dog wrapper you see every now and then.
That was not even a hamburger wrapper. That was bigger than that too.
We see the 12 car. He was singly by himself again, getting
he's going to try to jump in
down, but that's the best thing for him right now. Yep, keep.
But now he can work with the 2 Chevys. Even though he's a Ford, he can team up with the Chevys. And Toyota's got 3. There's K-Taddy going to the outside to pick up Titan.
There's that teamwork.
Now where Flo go up to the outside to join them. Flo looks like he's sticking to the bottom. There goes Flo. Flo to the outside to join them.
Yeah, you got RJ Smitty,
Jay
Wood, K-Taddy,
in the wall.
Oh no.
Titans in the wall. That's not good for K-Taddy. He just lost both his teammates off of a little incident they got together.
There's that Mustang, that graded yellow 12 Mustang. I got to flip through real quick. He pulled right behind him. He didn't let him go, though. He said, hey, thanks for picking me up. I won't let you go. There we go. The 19 and 20 are working together again.
Here's something that's not good. The 31 and 24 are running side by side. Now the 24 jumps in behind the 11. But now the 20 and the 19 got a good run on the 24. They're going to the outside of the 24. Now, according to this, since the 24 really got no help, unless he can get sucked up to the back of the 11, those underdog cars, those 3 cars, can be put together, but they cannot make the run on the outside of the 24 of RJ Smitty.
It's always awesome to be able to pull up on somebody and slingshot around, and we've all heard it, and we've all said it. Slingshot engage. It's cool to do that.
Yep.
In a long race like this, though, it's best to, in my opinion, to not jeopardize
I don't know what happened to that 12
just ride in line.
That was up here with him. That went down, but he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I don't know. He literally just disappeared. I don't know if he DC'd. I'm trying to look for him now.
Yeah, he is gone. I don't know what happened to him.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. The 3 underdogs to the outside again.
Your 3 underdog Toyotas right there on the high side. They've got 3 against 2. They're going to make that power work.
They are.
I've seen speeds as high as 215 miles an hour when I was in an 8-car draft. So obviously these 3 cars are going to be a little bit quicker than those 2 if they can stay in line.
If they want, back off a little bit and let those 2 get a run, jump to the bottom, and let K-Taddy get a draft off that 24, and y'all all slingshot those 2 at the same time.
We've seen how strong K-Taddy is, and he's especially on
he is, and look, there he goes. The 31's coming to block. K-Taddy's making a move to the inside. Woo! He leaves his teammates. He's picked up 24. They're 3 wide for the lead right now. 3 wide.
Look at Titans this, boys and girls. There we go. Over the Montoya Mole. 3 wide. Giggity Racing, Daytona. Look at this, guys. This is intense.
Oh, contact! Contact!
Just a little bit of contact. 31J went into the wall. Titans right behind him. Everybody below the yellow line.
Off in the grass during all that.
The 31 gets spun. The 31 is spun by himself. That was
Fat Patches all off in the grass by itself. Look at that. Oh, but let's bring out the caution. The 18 is involved, too. I think the caution is out. Caution is definitely out.
That should have happened, 15 laps ago.
Noco got a lot of front-end damage to that number 1 machine. 18 with some damage. I think Jake got a little bit of damage on the front end of his car, but I don't think he was involved in that. That might be something from something else.
What are you doing?
Those underdogs just want to get all 3 cars to run 1, 2, 3, and they were trying everything they can, but that also caused the wreck to bring out the caution. Looked like K-Taddy lost a spot. I think they pitted. I think K-Taddy was in the lead when that caution came out. He's now restarting second.
This is a chance to give everybody an opportunity to get those cars fixed. We're going too wide. Here again at Daytona, Giggity Racing Guitar. There's a lot of people wanted to see that, and I think I could see 4 or 5 people who didn't want to see that, and that was Jay Wood being one of them too in that hot seat.
Now let's see, y'all still in the. Got a lot of racing to do. This is a 100-lap race. Y'all still in the second stage. Y'all haven't entered that final stage yet. At least I don't think that caution could have ended that stage, but I'm not entirely sure.
Fat Patch looking like he's losing the draft already. It looks like he got a little loose, got up into the wall right there. That's unfortunate for him for DSR Racing. Fat Patch, stay in it, stick with it, buddy.
Flo is just dropping to the back. There goes K-Taddy on the outside by himself again without any help.
He is super dominant in that 11 car tonight. He has a setup in there. I bet he'll give it to you, but he's going to charge $75 every time he does.
I don't even think he would give it away unless you're his teammates. That's the only way you're getting it.
That's a super secret setup. That thing is on rail.
And if you're his teammate, he's gonna make you sign your soul away. If you ever give away that setup, he's coming for your soul.
That car is fast. K-Taddy's got something, but that's Noco being one of those people too. He wanted to see that caution. He's been up front way early in that race. He got mixed up in that incident earlier. So this gives an opportunity for a lot of those fast guys who got bumped and banged a little bit to get back up there and get to that point again.
Yep. Look like they're all trying to get single file for right now. Just ride out the rest of this stage. But I think K-Taddy got other minds. I think he wants to go to the outside and get to that front.
And Pete Roofer back here in that 21 Mustang driving for DSR, our first stage winner. Titans behind him in the 1937 of Trout. Guys, these guys are tight knit
that
right
outside
now.
Without any help.
And he just, and Pete Roofer thought about it, but he was like, nope, I better not. A Trout said, I'll come up there. I'll help you, Commander-in-Chief.
Yep, I don't think that they want to go to that outside because they don't have the more cars up there. But if I were them, I would want to go with that 11 car. I don't care where he is on that track. Too. How strong that 11 car is, I want to go with him.
Matt BW in that 18 car, he said, I'll come up here. I'll help push you. Yep. I'm a hot seat driver. And like you said, what better way to prove yourself than help these guys in the points? Every point counts.
I know one thing, Matt BW also changed his paint scheme from last race, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Again, that's one thing to do. Broadcast with some of these, it's easy. It's a lot easier to know the numbers because the first couple times I did it, they changed their paint schemes. I was looking for one paint scheme. It was a different one, but it was the same number, so it makes it a little bit easier, and you just know the numbers.
Exactly. I'm still learning, everybody, so y'all got to bear with me.
RJ Smitty up front in that 24 car. Jay Wood Is that him up there in second at 31? Yeah, he was an unfortunate accident that just happened. Right behind him, Sphincter at 48, 21, MP Rooper, 19 at Titans, 11 K Taddy says, "I'm coming, boys." Then
and
he's
I
got
don't know
that
what happened to
car behind him. He's got the black
RKM.
car.
RKM again is all by itself. And where's the? I gotta try to find him. Flo is by itself. Flo and the 3-car working together. The 3-car of disaster. I think they're trying to get up there, the RKM, and work with him and maybe catch the pack. But I don't think 3 cars are going to reel in the pack. There's another car back further behind them. It's Fat Patch is running by himself. Fat Patches.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. He right off that restart, like I said, I saw that real quick of that beautiful red, white, blue 83 DSR racing of Fat Patch back there. I do not know what happened
him in the back. Somehow K Taddy picked up 3 spots just in that short bit of time.
He was very confident talking to him earlier. He loves himself a good.
Look, there he goes again, but on the outside. Yep. They're all scattered. K Taddy's got a good run. The RJ Smitty goes up the block. Oh, but no one's going with K Taddy to the outside. No one's going
Sphincter,
with him.
I thought Sphincter, and the 48 was going to go with him. 19 of Titans goes up, grabs his teammate of the 11. MP Roofer to second. We still have RJ Smitty, Sphincter, RJ Wood, K Taddy, Noco. Guys, look at this battle. Look at this battle.
Roofer might try to go for the win of the second stage also.
This is what, unfortunately, some people didn't want to see it, but a lot of those guys who got involved in that accident, they wanted to see this. This is the opportunity they wanted. This is the chance they needed. Guitar.
Those 3 underdogs are now teamed up on that outside line, but they're going to need a little bit more help than that. K Taddy drops back to the bottom. He leaves his teammates.
MP Roofer's looking strong, guys. He's your first stage winner, going over the Montoya Mole. Going into 3
got
and
help
4,
on that outside
RJ
line.
Smitty. You got RJ
Jake's
Smitty,
pushing Noco. Roofer's trying to go block 3 wide for second.
Sphincter to the inside. Look at this racing, guys. Every point, every position, they want it.
Sphincter to the inside being pushed by the 819. Oh! Noco, I think that was Noco. Yeah, Noco's in the wall. RJ Smitty slaps the wall, comes across into the 31. Noco back into the wall. Contact back again. Cars getting all over the place.
Sphincter to the front right there. 21 of MP Roofer, 11 of K Taddy. He said, "I got a fast Yoder. I got this thing, and I proved it right behind all of them."
What happened to K Taddy? He just all of a sudden just dropped way off the pace. I think he went back to pick up his teammate.
I think that's exactly what I was just going to say. I think he dropped back to do that, guys.
Or he dropped back to try to get a run on him. They must be getting close to the end of the stage. He wants to get some help so he can get a good run. Look at K Taddy going with the 24 to the outside. The 19 jumps up to pull the block on the 24. K Taddy back to the inside. K Taddy's trying to look underneath the 21 of Roofer.
You got to be on that yellow line. If not, then if you give that inch, somebody's going to take that mile. My biggest thing, I like running just above it. That's what we just saw right there, because you get a little bit more speed. But to protect your position, you have to be on that yellow line.
Let's see K Taddy underneath Roofer. K Taddy's going for a second place.
18 right there. That's one of the hot seat drivers, Pat BW.
Oh, K Taddy looking for the slingshot on the 48.
MP Roofer falls back a little bit. 19's a tight, 18 BW. 11 of K Taddy, 48 of Sphincter. 3 wide, going down the front straightaway. Great battle for the lead up here. Giga Racing
Great
Daytona,
battle. They got
guys.
4 cars on the outside versus 2 on the inside. Outside should prevail. No, now we got 3 of each. Now you got 4 on the inside, only 2 on the outside. But if I were them, I would go with that 11 car. That 11 car is just too strong not to go with.
The 11 car looks strong. You can't count out our first stage winner right there. He proved that last lap passes can happen and will happen.
Yes, he did.
Roofer, so that's another car that you want to go with.
Look at this other pack reeling them in, but do they have enough time in this stage?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They broke up a little bit. When we talk about pre-race, 2 little small packs instead of being one big one. Cars got loose, cars got bumped, they got pushed back. They got enough time, though. With Noco's a never-give-up type of guy. He said, come on, guys,
Smitty is just pushing the 48. Who's in the 48 again? That's Spunker,
48,
right?
Yeah, 48 Sphincter, Spunker, yep. Apologize. I got to actually talk to him to...
Figure out how to say his name. We got to figure out how to say what's his name is. Spanker, Spunker.
I've been saying it wrong probably for 3 weeks, and I apologize if that's the case.
I apologize too.
So
we got to figure out what's his exact real name is. I've been calling him Spanker and Spunker, the 48 car, because I don't feel like trying to say his name sometime.
But you got you got Spanker up there, then RJ Spitty, MP Roofer, 19 of Titans, Noko to the 4th place right there, gets a great push.
Jake is back in the battle. This might not be good for them.
Great push by Jake. That's what Noko said. Come on, Chevrolet guy. Come on, Jake. Come give me a push. I want
K-Taddy wants to go to that outside, but no one wants to go with him. He just wants that outside line, but no one wants to get off the bottom.
K-Taddy, I would go to the high side.
Contact,
big contact.
Big contact.
Big contact. Unfortunate for K-Taddy. I couldn't see who that was.
Unfortunate. I think that brought out the caution, too, because they're slowing down. Yep, caution is out. But is that the end of stage 2?
Wow, guys. We've still got another, how many laps to go at Daytona? These guys are pushing hard. They're pushing strong. Everybody's super fast.
They are pushing hard and strong.
They've got days. They've got, well, let's put it like this. They've got hours. They've got days. They've even got weeks into these custom setups to run these certain tracks, you know. So let's see how it pays off for everybody. K-Taddy looks super strong. Like, he can run by himself. He can run in the pack. MP Roofer up there. RJ Smitty. We got Noko. Noko said, don't forget about me. Jake in that beautiful 43 car says, here, guys, I'm here too. I won Watkins Glen. I'm going to try to make it 2 for 2 and pull off the tree-peat tonight. The tree. All 3 races, as I'm going to say it. Stacking him back up, Guitar, Fat Patch. This could be the opportunity he needs to not fall off that draft. Titans to the point, Spectre outside, MP Roofer,
back in time
and Noko, your top 4.
Flag.
Noko's always strong. He's got the chance to get back up front. Let's see if he's got anything for a first stage racer of MP Roofer. MP Roofer gets down on that yellow line, gets a little loose, pulls right behind 19 of the Titans. 48 is Spinker right there,
They're
guys.
Back
Here
there,
we go.
All going at it. They're driving really crazy back there in the back. They need to get single file and work. One car way off and onto the apron. That's the 20.
I think, like I said, the first lap or 2 at super speedways is some
11.
of the hardest.
The 11 has felt all the way back to the back.
Yeah, 11.
And along with the 20 car. 20 car aflow.
He proved how strong his car is, but I just don't think his car can beat a 10, 11, 12 car pack like this.
No, he can't. He has a strong car. If it's just a 3-car race to the end and he's one of those last 3 cars battling for the lead, I'm pretty sure he has the car to pull it off to get around those other 2.
We got 19 of Titans back up to the front. Sprinter pulls right behind him. 24 of RJ Smitty. Guys, it's coming down to crunch time. I know we got to be coming low. 18, hot seat driver. That BW, he said, like I said, I want to be here. Noko, minding his own, back there, holding his own line, but he's going to be strong at the end. Guitar, there's so many possibilities. This is a crapshoot, guys.
Yeah, there is.
Noko goes to the outside. Does anybody go with Noko?
Until the race is over.
Yep, Noko pulls to the outside. Does anybody go with him? Doesn't look like it. He pulls back down the line. 21, MP Roofer, right behind 31. Jay Wood, another hot seat driver. He said, I had a bad spin, but I'm back up here, guys.
Yeah. Like, oh, the 19 just got pushed out of line.
Titans to the high side.
To the high side with his teammate of Matt BW.
Yep.
But those 2 cars versus an entire pack is not going to work on that outside line.
That's bringing a knife to a gunfight. You got to get a couple more cars up there.
But that also put the teammates of the 48 and the 24 out in front.
Look, K-Taddy's already back with the draft. He sees his teammates up there. He's dumping high. He doesn't want to lose the draft. But once he gets up there,
K-Taddy's going to jump high and help his teammates when he gets there.
Yep.
He is.
As soon as he gets up there. Yep.
But I have a feeling K-Taddy's car is better at being pushed than it is pushing.
Oh! 19s of
19
Titans into the wall. Looks like he got loose. He fell back. Hopefully he doesn't lose the draft. Again, not a caution. Yeah, I think he's going to lose that sniff. He's going to lose that sniff.
While
There's
he's
a car
back there,
behind him,
he can go pick up his other teammate that's back there, Flo, in the 20. That's lost the draft off the restart.
It's not over, though. Titans has been up front all night. Guitar, he's proved how strong he is, just like K-Taddy is,
he's
too.
been up front.
He's got another
he even
stage
qualified
to go.
on the pole.
Yeah, so he's super strong, too. He's got another stage. Just keep calm.
Noko and Jake are working together. K-Taddy, man, he looks like he's a little impatient. He wants to go, but no one wants to go with him on that outside.
Got the 48 Spinker, 24 RJ Smitty, 21 MP Ruther, a 1 of Noko, 11
Look at
of the
that run K-Taddy got.
K-Taddy
he's just got a hell of a run going into turn 3.
He's got afterburners on the do that guitar.
But,
you're right. My God, I don't need to talk.
He went from where he was currently dropped back in. He got up to the outside of the 1 car by himself.
Well, again, we talked to a couple drivers from Free Race. They said they actually were trying to get their car to not suck up and draft quite as well. I don't know if that's going to hurt him. K-Taddy's car looks like he can draft with anybody or run singly, too.
Yep. Like, if he can get that kind of run at the end of the race, there's no doubt in my mind he can go from 4th to winning the race coming off of turn 4 with that kind of run he just got and that he just showed.
Patience is a virtue tonight here at Daytona and the Giggity Racing Cup Series and Custom Cars. It's not over until the fat lady sings, but you want to put yourself in good position, Guitar.
Roofer,
you don't want to fall back.
This is the 4th stage, just to let y'all know, and I do have a stage rundown of the 1st stage, if I can find it again. Hold up. The 2nd stage rundown was Spanker, RJ, Smitty, Roofer, Noko, Jake, Titan, D. Smith, Matt BW, Trout, and K-Taddy were the top 10 at the end of the 2nd stage. So we are in the third and final stage here at Daytona.
Little bit of contact with Noko. It wasn't deliberate. They got a little loose, but he said, I'm going to pull back down on line. Look who's back up there. We said his name once. He was our first race winner tonight. Jake in that 43 car Guitar.
Yep, we talked about Jake trying to go back-to-back tonight.
The only drivers in history of Giggity to go to sweep a night, Fluffy and Noko. That was 2 races. There's 3 tonight.
Yeah, I wonder if we will ever have a driver to sweep 3 races in one night.
Coming into the holiday season, they're trying to get everything caught up. We're coming down. We don't have very many races.
Yeah, coming into the holiday season, just to let everyone know, the week of Christmas, there will be no racing from Giggity during the week of Christmas. That's going to be everyone's week break because everyone's going to be traveling and being with their families. Giggity had announced it's going to be the week for everyone to spend time with their family, and there will be no racing during that week.
We still got a couple races before that happens, but again, I'd like to say happy holidays to everybody out there in Giggity Land from Puddin'.
Happy holidays and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's if you don't have me back up here in the booth before then.
It's been awesome to race against you, and I can't say I said it once, dude. It's cool to have you up here. Noko's making a run to Guitar's awesome to talk with you, man. Get a little bit of your ideas and your strategies that we talked to. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Noko's back here in 4th, MP Roofer 3rd, RJ Spitty 2nd, and Spinker in 48, man. Tight racing.
Yeah, Titans is coming to pit road right now. He must be
K-Taddy gets a little loose.
Yep, K-Taddy's a little off the track for a second.
No harm, no foul, pulls back up, gets in that draft. Still, again, got 2 Hendrick cars up there front. You see RJ Spitty 2nd.
RJ Spitty's looking for... Oh, I thought RJ Spitty was trying to go around the 48 because he looked to the outside. But I didn't think he wanted to take the chance and leave his teammate out there.
MP Roofer up the right, driving for DSR, being the sole guy up there. Doesn't have a lot of team help quite yet.
Does he even have any teammates?
Fat Patch is in the race right now. Ed, though, had a unfortunate circumstance, and at the last second gave Fat the hot seat. So we went up and say, hey, Ed, if you're listening, feel better, buddy. Get well soon, man. Can't wait to talk to you tomorrow.
Yep, get well soon, man.
Look at that, guys.
They're getting a little racy on the outside. Jake and Noko. Noko racing and Jake to the outside, along with help from the 37. 37 is Trout.
I think Noko pulled it outside, like you said, as a hint. Hey, I need some help. Now there's 4 cars on the outside.
I'm surprised K-Taddy ain't going with him on that outside, since K-Taddy's been trying to make it work on that outside. In that 11 car. I'm surprised he ain't up there with them.
He could be laying back, or he could have... It's hard to pass here. Like you said, it's not like Talladega where you can go 3 or 4 wide, you know.
Look like Noko is clear at the 48. Oh, I thought they were going 3 wide. No. Look at that outside line, just clearing that inside line now. There's K-Taddy. Now he jumps up to that outside line.
Not impossible to pass here. You just got to be real methodical.
48 got a little loose.
Take your time to do
24 might have bumped him a little too much right then. K-Taddy was not able to clear the 48, the drop back in behind the 47.
Lead change, guys.
Oh, 48 and 24 jump to the outside. Now they're trying to see if they have help to remake the run.
Your leaders right now, you got Noco. You
three wide contact. The 47 into the 24.
Ooh, I saw that, yeah.
Oh, 31 way off the track. Looked like he was trying to drift the car on the apron.
Jay would be one of our hot seats tonight, and that 31 car had gotten involved in an accident, but he got right back up there.
They're coming up on Titan pretty quick. Would Titan get out the way and let them go by? Would Titan take the outside? Yes, Titan does. Titan's going to the outside and letting the leaders have the inside line. Smart move by Titan. He's probably going to jump in the draft once everyone goes around him.
A lot of respect out of Titans for that. He's been up front most of the night in this lead pack. Had a situation that dropped him back there, but that was a lot of respect right there. Says, hey, go by me, but I'll stay with that draft behind you.
Now the 48 of Spanker done lost his teammate in RJ Smitty after that contact that he had against the wall with that 47. Now the 48 has no teammate up there right now.
Noco to the point, 43 Jake in second, 37 A-Trout, 48 Sphincter, and MP Roofer fourth in that 11 car.
Jake
in the
got
11.
forced down to
gets loose.
There's a lot of Chevys. 4 Chevys running 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. The Toyotas and the Fords might have to team up if they want to get around that freight train of Chevys. The Toyotas and Fords going to maybe need teamed up. And there is one more Chevy lurking back there with those 3 Toyotas.
This is the biggest pack we've seen biggest lead pack, I should say, that we've seen all night. One, two,
Jake
three,
laid
four,
off
five,
of
six,
Noco.
seven, eight,
I think Jake
cars.
is looking to build up a run to get around Noco. Jake's laid off of Noco's bumper a lot. They're about to come with a head of steam. He's probably going to shoot around to the outside of Noco. Oh, 48 jumps out early.
48 just Sphincter to the high side. K-Taddy said, I'm not going with you, buddy. I'm going to get back in. I'm going to the front here. He jumps back inside, right behind K-Taddy. K-Taddy behind Roofer.
Apparently,
Roofer
I don't think Jake was actually wanting to get around Noco yet, but I don't know what made Jake drop that far back off of Noco's bumper.
Probably that draft we were talking about. Yeah, you get sucked up on somebody so quick, you want to back off, but you do back off, and then you lose that momentum.
There goes K-Taddy again to the outside by himself with no help. I don't get K-Taddy's strategy. He wants to go to the outside when no one else is there, but when people are there, he does not want to go to that outside line.
I see his strategy. I just don't see a lot of help with him, and that's unfortunate because, again, his car is so fast.
It is. I don't think anyone has a car out there that can do what his car does.
Noco got caught up in one of those early race accidents, fell back. Now he's at the point. Noco, Jake, Trout, MP Roofer, Sphincter, it's all sitting right there. 19 of Titans, I think he's a lap down if I remember correctly. 18 BW, Matt BW, he's the hot seat driver right behind him. You got D Smith, a lot of hot seat drivers up here, guys. 9-car draft.
48 of Sphincter got underneath Roofer, but Roofer was able to get back in line right behind the 48.
Again, talking about how strong K-Taddy's car was. It is super fast, but you have to have somebody around you.
You have to have help because K-Taddy right now has lost the draft. He is on his own. After
all the help that he's having everybody else drop back and help pick people up,
but it looks like 18 is dropping back also. It looks like the 18 jumped out of the draft too. Wonder if the 18 is going to jump back and try to pick up his teammate.
Yeah, the 18, that's Matt BW. That's the hot seat driver. K-Taddy being one of the Cup regulars, like you said. Maybe he's back here saying, hey, Captain, I'm coming back to help you out. Let's get back up to the front.
Yeah, but they ain't going to have enough power to reel in a big group like that just with 2 cars. Yeah. Not even if Titan drops back there. Even though Titan's a lap down, he could drop back there and try to help him. But even with an extra car, that's not going to be enough to reel in a 6-car pack.
No. The more the merrier. The more the merrier.
Yeah, you're going to need another 6-car pack, possibly a 7 or 8-car pack to reel in this pack in front of you. And they're coming up on Flo right now. Well, let's see what Flo does. See if he gets out of the way. Like, I forgot his name.
You almost Noko is in the one car.
Yep. See if Flo gets out of the way like his teammate Titan did and let him go by on the inside. And yes, he does. He stays to the outside line.
Again, knowing that they are faster, but he can still pull in, being a lap down. Pit strategy, we still have that to come to play as long as he keeps that draft.
Because no one ain't running this full stage. What is Fat Patch is doing? He's off in the grass in turns 1 and 2.
Unfortunate run for the hot seat driver Fat Patch Racing for DSR in that beautiful red, white, blue 83 tonight. He was super, super excited to run Daytona and Talladega. Not too enthused about Darlington. Like we
I don't
quite
think
some of these
anyone's
guys
too
are,
enthused
but
about Darlington. The only one that sounded enthused about going to Darlington was Jake, to be honest. Jake is the only one that sound kind of excited to go to Darlington.
Talking with Noko a little bit too, like I said, he said Darlington not one of my super favorite tracks, but he is super fast as we see Tay Caddy coming out of the pits right there. So Noko still has something for him again. Noko still got something for him at Darlington. I know he's just putting in the time, putting the effort, tweaking on that car, wrenching on it.
And also, even after you mess with that car setup in quick race, take it online, it handles way differently in quick race. You got to go back and readjust it.
Everything that I've learned from quick race to online, if my car handles great in quick race guitar, I'll go back and I'll actually loosen it up because I find it's tighter for me for some reason online. So I'll make just a small adjustment there. But quick race is a great opportunity there. Yep.
Jake, Noko, Trout, and the 47 is
the 47. That's D Smith. So let's see how this strategy pulls out. Like you said, my strategy is if my car will hold out, you want to pit with the leader, in my opinion. Let's see if this prevails for him now. These guys only have 3 cars.
Notice what just pitted. It was the top 4 Chevys. The top 4 Chevys communicate to get the pit road. So I think they're going to manufacture run right here.
You got 3 cars leading the front, but you got 4 cars
taking a long pit stop.
Did he have a penalty?
Noko? Did he get a penalty? Because he is still on pit road. Let me try to find Noko.
Not what he wanted to see.
Noko is just leaving pit road along with the 47. I wonder if they both got a penalty coming into pit road because that was a really long stop on both of them.
Everybody plays the game. Everybody knows they want to go to pit lane. They know the pit lane speed limit, but you want to be on that number. You don't want to be a little bit under it because that can slow your entry speed down too. So pushing that.
You want to time it just right. You want to get in as fast as you can, but you want to be at 55 right at the line, which is tough to do.
Trying to push that number, Guitar. I wonder if that happened. MP Roofer on
probably
the
could. I've tried it a couple of times. Push that number. It works sometimes. Other times, you're just a little bit too quick getting into pit road.
Yeah, Noko back here by himself now. No drafting help. It looks like the 47
Jake and Trout right now are just running in a league of their own. I think they're right now the 2 leaders.
Let's see how it all plays out. We were talking about it, Guitar. Green flag pit stops. That broke that big 9-car draft that we had up front.
Yep, like now everyone's all out. Now look like RKM is teamed up with Taddy. Cars are all over the place. They're trying to get situated and find someone to team up with. Right now, it looks like we can get a pack going back here where K-Taddy is and RKM. There is maybe a 7-8 car pack that can get teamed up if they slow down and get everyone hooked up. A 6-car pack, my bad. Maybe 7.
6-7 car pack is definitely fast, especially too with that strategy. These guys still have to pit up front. We got Jake and we got Trout up front, So yeah, 2 cars are faster.
7. Yeah, they're all going to reel in those 2 cars really quick.
But at least they do have somebody to draft with, like we were talking about. It's better to be with somebody than be hung out. They're making the inside move. Respect by the number 3 car right there. To let him
and
go by.
And I know K-Taddy is trying out his new wheel here at Daytona. That's probably why he's been trying to jump to that outside line a lot and see what his car can do. Because with a wheel, you're not scrubbing off a lot of speed. With a controller, you're wiggling a lot, which is scrubbing off a lot of your speed.
Yeah, Sunday night, one of his first races on the slider setup. He was at Watkins Glen. Everybody said, "Hey, if you're not comfortable, drive your controller." K Teddy said, "I'm diving head first. The only way to learn is to use it." So, you can gain a lot of time here too. I've noticed personally too. I made the mistake too, even on a controller. If you do snail trail, if you do walk the car back and forth, you're adding time to your adding length to the track and adding time to your laps. So being on a wheel where you can be super smooth here, guitar, is a benefit.
That's probably why we're being able to see him jump out so much like he's doing.
And again, too, instead of actually having to let out of the gas or drag the brake, you know, if you have a clutch pedal, too, we were talking with Rupert, hitting that brake pedal, too, the clutch pedal, excuse me, that'll help, that'll help you suck back, that'll help suck right back in, too. So instead of actually losing speed by hitting the brakes, you're going to lose a little bit less by pressing that clutch in.
And also, for some reason, a lot of these drivers say Daytona and Talladega are more demanding on a wheel. And it takes more physical energy on a wheel than the road courses, which you would think would be the total opposite.
Too.
You would think it would be the total opposite. But I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know why they're not getting single file to run down the leaders. They're getting racy.
Well, we've talked about it numerous times too, Guitar. When you get in that draft, your car gets wiggly, and you got to pull up just a little bit to help save yourself. So maybe that could be an issue too. As we see a couple lap cars. Lap cars are now an issue. Get out of the way for the leaders of Jake and Trout, RJ Spitty, and then the three. Oh, Jake gets loose, hits the apron, bounces up right in front of Trout. Trout back to the underside of him now. They have yet to make their pit stops, I believe. I haven't seen them yet.
Jake and Trout have already pitted.
Oh, they did? Okay, excuse me.
They pitted with Noco when Noco got that penalty. That took him so long to pit road.
I was flipping through the field, so I apologize for everybody out there. Thanks for keeping me updated there, Guitar.
No problem. But now they got a 4-car pack along with a 5-car back there with Taddy. That's going to make that group with Taddy harder for them to catch up now.
If I was with them, especially these guys being lap cars, falling behind them and save even more fuel.
Yep, but we don't know exactly how many laps they have left.
A-Trap to the point right now. Jake right on his bumper. They're right behind the 3-car, and then they've got the 24 of RJ Spitty leading his pack.
Let's see if I can find out the running order so we know. Let's see if I can find that someone's streaming so I can find the running order for us.
I believe that Trout is the leader, I think, but yeah. I apologize, guys. I got to do a little bit better job broadcasting, watching that so I can keep you updated. Wicked Gatekeeper has a setup that is absolutely awesome. He keeps a little board up there in the corner that helps with lap times and leaders and everything like that. So that's awesome that he could do that. I could learn how to do that. These guys are still up here, though. Driving back, Noco's leading the pack right now of, looks like, what is that, the 11 of Taddy. As they come flaring by. Yep, Taddy again, that super strong car. Taddy, 18 of the 8. Matt BW guitar as a hot seat driver, 12 car, and then the 47 of D. Smith.
Yeah, and I was trying to pull up a stream that someone posted, but it would not load. So I can't get an update on the actual running order and actual how many laps left, because I cannot get someone's stream to load on my phone. Sorry about that, guys. I was trying to get y'all some more information.
I couldn't imagine racing 25% at Watkins Glen, 50% at Daytona, and then happen to go into such a technically demanding track like Darlington next.
Yeah, Darlington, you got to watch out for that wall at Darlington. It can reach out and grab you at any time. The hardest part of Darlington is just keeping the car off the wall. The lady in black is going to get her stripe sooner or later.
Exactly, and it will not surprise me to see everybody leave with a little bit of right side scrapage. Once again, K-Taddy pushing Noco, though, showing how fast he is, though. He has yet to pull out to the outside, has his teammate right behind him.
If I were them, I wouldn't worry about pulling out to the outside. You want to push and get that pack going and try to catch the lead pack.
Stay out, save fuel, keep your car clean. Aerodynamics here, a 1000% giant effect, unlike we see at other tracks. Yes, it affects your handling we keep talking about, but here aerodynamics not only does damage not only affects your aero, but it affects your handling of the vehicle. These guys
We're
keep
going
the
to
cars
go on
pretty
board
clean.
with one of the hot seat drivers for a little bit, Matt BW. See
Matt
if he
BW
can.
looking really good, looking strong. He's right
now, it seems
behind
like he's losing the
147 D
pack.
Smith.
His little pack he's with. He better hope he can stay in the draft and reel him back in. Yeah, he's reeling them back in. He's going to have a really strong run, but will he take it to the outside, or will he just back off the throttle? Get behind him. Yep, he just backs off the throttle.
I would back off the throttle knowing that there's nobody behind me to go with me. Yep. He just doesn't want to lose it. He doesn't want to lose it.
As we're on board, you can listen to him play with the throttle when he gets that big run.
It's awesome that they could do that too. The sound quality and what they've done with the dynamics of the sound of it. It's awesome, you know.
It is.
You can hear cars around you. I love that road courses and other tracks where you downshift. You know, the rev match. They did a great job.
They did a great job.
It's very helpful too. Because there's a lot of times too. I don't know how you drive your car. I drive over the hood. Some people drive behind the
hood
cars.
too. I cannot drive behind the cars. I don't like it.
I can't either. Some people drive in the car. So having that sound effect next to you helps.
I can do in the car, but I
just can't do it behind it.
I cannot do behind the car.
I like knowing where I'm going. You know, I like being able to see where I'm going.
So you know if you're actually underneath someone, you can back out. Like if you're behind the car, it's really hard to tell when you're under someone.
Everybody out there paying attention and YouTube land, watch Giggity Racing. Type in how do you guys drive the car?
Do you prefer third person, hood view, inside camera, bumper cam? Let us know which one do you prefer.
I know a lot of drivers who have a wheel say it's cool to drive inside of the car.
Yeah, if I had a wheel, I would probably use the inside of the car mostly too.
But having that sound, though, like you said, if there's a car to your inside or your outside, you can hear them there, so you know not to dive up or dive below them.
But that hood view is always going to be my go-to.
I think so too. Even on a wheel, I think that's where I will be. But I prefer the hood. Like I said, I like being able to see further out in front of me.
Yep.
A lot of people like driving behind because that way they see the whole car. They know where cars are around them.
Yeah.
So you have visual, or you hear people around you.
The only bad thing about when you switch to a wheel versus a controller, with a controller, when you're on the hood view, you can look to your sides and see if you're still there. But once you get on a wheel, I think that's going to be gone. You ain't going to be able to look to your sides anymore.
I never thought about that because I do that quite often.
Yep, I do it too.
I don't hold it, but for just a split second, I just do it to see if I. Yep,
I tap it real quick to see if someone's there.
Exactly, I tap it just to see if there's I look for colors of cars there, you know. So I never thought about that.
What's awesome as 704 did, which is something similar to iRacing, is you can have a crew chief that actually can do what we're doing now when we're broadcasting, but it can call out to you got a car inside, outside for when you do have a wheel and you can't do that. Then you won't have to worry about looking.
Looks like D. Smith in that 47 is going to lose this draft. Matt BW is right there with Taddy and Noko. He's sticking with them. And yeah, too, the crew chief in this game, for me, he said, "You're cleared low." So I go low and I hit somebody. Yep. I said, "The hell I was clear."
Yep, it's better if you have an actual person there watching it like we are that can give you real life commentating to the driver. Let them know they're there and got a guy that's running up on them.
Guys, we've got great racing. Giggity Racing League guitar putting in the booth tonight. 50% Daytona custom race.
I think Flo is out of the race. He's been sitting in pit road for a while. I think Flo has disconnected.
Unfortunately, yeah, the internet issues can be unfortunate for some of these drivers.
All right, I just got a confirmation from Woodrow Racing that you can still look side to side with a wheel by using the touchpad on the
wheel. That's awesome.
I mean your D-pad for on the wheel.
That's cool.
That's good
Thank
to
you,
know.
Woodrow.
Thank you, Woodrow.
Thanks for joining in, and thanks for that information. That's good to know. Woodruff being one of our drivers here in Giggity, you and I both have had the opportunity to race with Woodruff.
Also, I just thought about this.
Fast.
What if you have a paddle shifter wheel, but you also have like the actual 4-gear shifter? What if you can use your paddle shifters on the wheel to look side to side too, if you can reprogram it to do that? Even though if you're not using it, you have the actual gear shifter with your wheel too.
I personally, when I first get my first wheel, I'm going to start small so I can learn how it works. But I can't wait to work my way up to an H-pattern sister. That's where I would prefer to be.
Yeah.
Just drive the car like in real life. Yeah, MP Roofers told us numerous times, even with the paddle shifters, you can use the clutch to save fuel. But you want that
I'd
realistic
rather have
feel.
the actual gear shifter.
Exactly. I'd rather have the H-pattern.
Yep. Like, I'd rather get two gear shifters. I would rather have a 4-speed and a 6-speed, so when you do have other games like the Crew 2 or any other car racing games, if you got like a 6-speed car, you do have swap out your gear shifters.
Man, this is unfortunate, guys. I don't know guitar. Today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to broadcast all of the Darlington race. I do have a race tonight for myself at 9:30. Where it's 8:54 here Eastern time, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to maintain most of that.
What time is your race?
9:30 tonight.
9:30, yeah, and it's almost 9 right now.
Yep. Yeah, and it's one of those things that I tell the guys all the time, especially when I'm broadcasting. I love doing it. I don't want to leave, but I do help put that together. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if
someone's in the chat that is not racing and that can be willing to help with the commentate after Puddin' goes, let us know and we can get you in here after this race.
Yeah,
so we can have someone else with to help the commentating for Darlington.
If you've never broadcasted it, it's a lot of fun. Robbie Vince, I tell him, I can't give him enough credit.
Is on pit road.
They're slowing down.
They are slowing down? Is that the end of the race?
I think that might have been the end of the race. I didn't see a caution.
I didn't. Yeah, they were so spread out. I don't think there would be a caution because there wouldn't be enough cars to actually trigger one.
Again, K-Taddy and NoCo, RJ Smitty, all the administrators of Giggity, you guys gave me an awesome opportunity to participate as a broadcaster. And like I said I love doing it so much. I'm going to learn how to do what Wicked Gatekeepers does so I can try to help improve the broadcasting even better.
Yep, that was the race. Trout first. Jake second, NoCo third, K-Taddy fourth, fifth, Matt BW sixth, D Smith seventh, Roofer eighth, the Spunker ninth, Jay Wood 10th, RJ Smitty 11th.
That's awesome for A-Trout. He had a rough
Destroyer,
race at
12th is RKM, 13th Fat Patches, 14th is Titan, and 15th is Flo.
Let's see if we can get our race winner of the second race tonight.
Trout.
There will not
Let's
be
see if we can get Trout.
Yeah, there won't be a sweep